Today, evolution is a widely believed concept, but have you ever wondered what evidence we actually have to show that evolution is real and not some made up thing? Well, we have quite a lot of it actually, and we will get into that later on in this video. For now, let's just recap what evolution really is. In short, it's when a species adapts to its changing environment. The passing on of genes from the parents to the offspring is the main cause of this, as it creates variation. Variation is when all creatures of a certain species are similar but not identical. They have small differences. The creatures with more helpful traits are more likely to survive, and therefore the stronger genes will be passed on to the offspring. This is known as natural selection. Variation can be caused by mutations, environmental changes, and the genes of the parents that are passed off onto the offspring. There are also two different theories of evolution. The first, which is believed by most nowadays, was created by the biologist Charles Darwin. He believed that creatures are born with certain traits from their parents, and the ones with more favourable traits survive and produce offspring with those traits. This is the theory that this report is about. The other theory, Jean-Baptiste Lamarck's theory, was created over 50 years earlier. It states that changes that happen to an animal's lifespan are passed on to their offspring. Now that we've covered what evolution actually is, we can get into the evidence for evolution. The first and most obvious form of evidence can be found in fossils. We can observe changes in the older fossils. For example, whales nowadays have their nostril or blowhole on top of their head, but a long time ago it was at the end of their head. We can tell this by examining the fossils from millions of years ago. The second and less obvious form of evidence can be found by observing similarities among living organisms. According to evolution, all creatures come from common ancestors. Shouldn't they still have some similarities then? Well, the thing is, they do. Once again, whales are a good example of this. Their DNA, the strings of information which tells the body which traits to create, have been compared to many other species' DNA, but the one which it is most similar to is that of the hippopotamus. They also happen to give birth and feed their young underwater. They're mostly hairless and do not have gills, all of which whales do too. Comparing the embryos of different species can also be a form of evidence, though it's not as reliable as the other two. The unborn offspring of a creature or embryo often has similarities to the embryos of other species. For example, the embryo of a whale has its blowhole at the front of its head, just like a nose. The final currently known form of evidence that helps prove evolution is the place that different species can be found. Australia is a good example of this. Many different species that can be found there can be found nowhere else in the world, such as kangaroos, koalas, and wombats, but no animals like horses, cats, dogs, or bears can be found there. So, now that you know what evolution really is and what evidence there is to prove it, you can really put up a verbal fight against the Christians who try to convert you. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hopefully you learned something. Goodbye.